Left, 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 right, left. No, that's not the cheat code to get better at this game. But welcome to the first episode of Battlefield 4 Bootcamp, and this is basic training. A lot of you Call of Duty veterans are sick of the shit with that series and are making the switch to Battlefield 4. And I don't blame you. After the last two releases have been pretty underwhelming to say the least, I have thoroughly enjoyed my time at Battlefield 4, and believe me, on the new generation consoles, this game is amazing. However, there's a lot going on in this game, and this series is going to be some live commentaries with different setups, playing different game modes to get you better familiarized with what the fuck is going on and how this game actually works. Now, I haven't been playing Battlefield for that long. I started back in April with Battlefield 3 after I became so disenfranchised with Black Ops 2 after they didn't fix absolutely anything regarding the gameplay mechanics. So I haven't been playing too long, so I'm not that much of an expert. I haven't played all the old Battlefield games like 1942 and Bad Company 2 and things like that. But I think that that is a good thing for you Call of Duty guys, because I am not that far removed from being a strictly Call of Duty player. So this way I will help you guys make the transition easier than those people that have been around for Battlefield for a long time and have their shit buckets dragging with them. I was a shit pal, if you will, in Battlefield 3 because I did eventually graduate to the rank of Colonel, and currently I think I'm around rank 38 or so. So I have some time put into this game, so I will be able to kind of, better assimilate you guys that want to make the jump from Call of Duty to Battlefield. In this episode, I'm going to be going over the purposes of the 4 different classes. I'm going to break each individual one down in future episodes, the controls and the HUD. Very, very, very basic shit. I'm probably not even going to be playing much, although I will take you to the test range to show off some of the stuff. Testes, 1, 2, 3. So here is the test range, and this is a good way to kind of experiment with different weapons, different attachments, and also learn how to control all of the different vehicles in this game. Believe me, I am a pilot just like Denzel Washington in the movie Flight, so I'm going to be back in the test range trying to figure out how to fly the jets. I'm good with the helicopter, but jet is not so much. Anyways, so there's a bunch of different shit showing up on the screen right now. Don't worry about that. We'll go over that in a future episode where I explain, the mini-map. Not the mini-map, rather, but the map itself, the spawning system, etc., etc. So you have your Assault, which is basically your team medic. You have your Engineer, who is responsible for repairing and destroying vehicles. The Support class, which is ammo and explosives. And finally, the Recon class, which is spotting. So let's go in depth a little bit into each of the classes because they all contain certain weapons that are only applicable to these classes. So here's the Assault class right here. You'll see obviously the set of guns that is available to them. Assault class, assault rifles. Now for Engineer, they are the PDWs or the SMGs. For the Support class, it's the LMGs. And for the Recon class, you guessed it, sniper rifles. Now, there are certain sets of weapons that are designated for all different classes, and they are as follows. The carbines, which are slightly different than the assault rifles, but they're pretty much the same thing for overall, look and feel. The DMRs, and for those of you people that are playing Call of Duty Ghosts, these are your marksman rifles. These are your semi-automatic single-shot guns, and then, of course, are the actual shotguns here. There's automatic ones, there's pump action ones, there's all different types of shotties in this game. So those 3 sets of weapons are available to all classes, and there are certain weapons that are only available to each individual class. So let's just go ahead and roll here with the Assault class. Oh, by the way, there is no create a class thing before you kind of, get into a game. You can customize your class on the fly in the game whenever the fuck you please, as soon as you are in the process of spawning into your next life. Now, that means if you unlock a certain attachment with the gun, bam, you could just fucking equip it right then and there, which is pretty fucking sick, I think. Anyways, let's just deploy on the US deployment. I'll go over the spawning system in another video, because believe me, you could spawn in the deployment and be miles away from everything, but ain't nobody got time for that. So, the controls are similar to Call of Duty. You've got, the left trigger for ADS, right trigger for shoot, X is reload, Y is to switch guns, you got B to jump. In this, I have the controls as, clicking the left stick is going, clicking the right stick rather is going to be your crouch and your prone. The B is your knife, and your sticks are the way you move. However, there's several differences between the Call of Duty controls and Battlefield ones. The left bumper is to throw your grenade and put away the olive oil in the pan. Unfortunately, you can't cook them here. So if left bumper is for nade, what the fuck does the RB button do? Well, the RB button, if you tap it, will spot enemies. Now, spotting enemies means if you see somebody and you hit the RB button, that little yellow triangle, or orange rather, that you see in the minimap in the lower left-hand corner, the enemy will show up on the minimap for you and everybody on your team. Now, there's also requests that you could send out. So if you hold down the RB button and you move with the right stick over to a request, if you're low on health, you could always go need medic. And if you are on the Xbox One, check this shit out. The Kinect will actually do the commands that you say. So if I need ammo, all I have to say is need ammo. Need ammo. Oh, come on. Quit being a fucking piece of shit. Go, go, go. There we go. Need medic. Need ammo. Of course, it never wants to work for me in the fucking demo, but when it actually does it in the game, it works pretty well. I think I'm just a little too far away from the Kinect here. Additionally, there is the D-pad. Now, the up on the D-pad, I will show this to you over here because this is the only way you can see it. There's a flashlight I have on my pistol here. Up on the D-pad will turn your flashlight on and off, and it'll also turn your laser sight on and off. Now, the flashlight is good for dark areas. This area is not really that dark, but there's a lot of tunnels and hallways that are dark, and it's a lot harder to shoot somebody when they're shining a fucking flashlight in your face. So the flashlight is actually a pretty good attachment. The laser sight behaves similar to how it does in Black Ops 2, where it reduces your hip fire. Now, the reason why you want to turn it off is so that people can't spot you from far away. So this way you could turn it on and off when you need it. Left and right on the D-pad have to do with the equipment for this particular class. Now, since this is an assault class, left on the D-pad is going to deploy my med pack right there, and I can heal myself up if I need to. And right is the defibrillator. Jolt somebody back to life. Bring them to life like an Evanescence song. So down on the D-pad is going to change my... down on the D-pad is going to change my firing mode. So right now I have it on fully auto, so there's your full auto. And we'll change it now to single shot. If you got that trigger finger that makes bitches come, you could do that shit. Or you could do 3-round burst. Now, not all of the weapons obviously have all of those different choices. Sniper rifles are more than likely only going to have the single shot option. Now, that has to do with the D-pad. Let's go over the next set of things, which is the back button. Used to be the scoreboard for Battlefield 3. Now it is the Battlelog feature. You could pull up your friends and you could join on people playing a game. My buddy Midnight right here playing some team deathmatch on Goldman Railway, and you'll see I can invite him to my particular server with X, or I could view his gamer card, or I could even join on him if the server wasn't full. Unfortunately, I think his server's full. You could also look up all your stats. You could check out what shit your friends are unlocking. You could do different missions. You see here, me and my buddy Knots Predator did a killing machine mission, which is, you have, for your next 3 games, whoever gets the most kills. And unfortunately, I made it with a measly, paltry 13 kills. That's not good. So this is the Battlelog feature. Quite honestly, it's fucking stupid. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's in the game, and, until DICE can implement a squad up system before you go into a fucking server, that is what we're going to have to do. Personally, I think that's fucking retarded, but that's what it is. So, if you hold down the start button, that is when you'll bring up the scoreboard. Unfortunately, since we're in the test range, there is no fucking scoreboard. If you just press start, you could apply boosts, which are different things for your battle pack, which I don't know why I have no boost. That's very strange. I should have some double XP boosts from battle packs, but that's neither here nor there. Redeploy is to suicide yourself if you get caught in one of the plethora of glitches in this game. If you're under the map or you're inside a fucking rock, you could redeploy yourself. Then there are the options, and this is how you could set everything up. You set your sensitivity. Default is 20. I bumped it up a little bit to 25%, but believe me, the Xbox One controller is very responsive, so you're going to have to play around with this. And I put all of my buttons on veteran setting because I'm used to how the Battlefield 3 controls work, so that is the Battlefield 3 settings. They're veteran. Gameplay, most of the stuff is just lots of customization you could do, and I turn tutorials off because they're just annoying and they pop up on my screen, and I already know, 95% of what they're saying. But if you are a first-time player, this is a good idea to keep on because they're actually very responsive into what you do. Audio, I bumped down the master volume just for my streaming purposes because when there's like boats and jets and tanks and shit, they're pretty fucking loud, so I calm it down a little bit. You could change your video settings here, including your colorblind assist. For me, the green for the squad, the blue for the team, and orange for the enemies are perfectly fine, but there is a, couple of different there's a couple of different colorblind settings. For me, this one's fucking retarded. Don't squads and teams look exactly the same thing? Whatever, I'm fine with this, although I liked how it was in Battlefield 3 when your squad was yellow. And then, of course, there is the Connect, which was being a piece of shit before, but those are all the recognized commands that you could do, and it's even got your dialect and stuff like that. The only other difference from, Call of Duty and Battlefield is you hold Y to pick up guns. You don't use X. So these weapons on the ground are power weapons. I'll go over them at another time, but that's basically how you pick up guns off the ground. You pick up kits, actually. You don't normally pick up guns. So if you ever run out of ammo, you pick up an entire other player's kit. That means gun, equipment, all that other shit. So, that is all of the controls. Let's go into the HUD. So, in the upper right-hand corner would normally be a kill feed, but since I'm fucking shooting at cardboard little cutouts, there's no fucking kill feed. In the lower left-hand corner is your minimap. On the minimap, you appear in green, and so do all of your squad mates. Your teammates are going to appear in blue or whatever colorblind settings you want. And then the enemies are going to appear in orange. Like I said, if you spot somebody, the orange triangle will show up of the person that you spotted. In the middle is kind of your D-pad settings. Like I said, there is the little flashlight indicator, and you could put it on and off, and it actually turns on and off. Then there's the fire rate, which changes with the number of bullets, and then of course the left and right for the equipment that is supposed to go on this particular class. And in the lower right hand corner is your ammo counter, the number in the clip / the number that you have all together, the number of grenades you have, which is now fucking nothing, and your health. It also has a little indicator as to what fire mode your gun is in. You see it says auto. I could switch it to single and burst, back and forth and back and forth. So that is pretty much going to do it for this basic training episode, you little fucking scumbags. So I hope you guys learned a few things, and maybe next time we'll actually get into a fucking game. If you have any questions, I'll probably answer it in an upcoming episode, but feel free to leave them down in the comments section. You motherfuckers are dismissed. Peace out, douche canoes.